Yes, it's my good friend, and I just love him like a brother, is Bobby Schmautz. And Bobby Schmautz was the guy that had me, he come down from Vancouver, and he must have done something in Vancouver, and they sent him down, and I think he had 4,000 points. And
he played 7 games, he had 7 goals and 15 points.
Get out.
Yeah.
And they must have thought we were doing too good, so they took him back. And he taught me how to play. And I asked him, I phoned him, and I asked him, I said, did you, and I don't think he ever remembered, but I saw him do something, cover the points, and you know how paranoid I was with covering the points and running around, and I don't think he even remembered. Anyhow, Bobby Schmautz.
I think the one story that he was kind of like, would you call him the straw boss?
He was the guy that could get me. If somebody did something wrong, he'd come and tell me, and I'd go bananas.
So he wasn't your captain? He wasn't the captain?
He wasn't. He wouldn't be a good captain. He was sort of like he wouldn't have been a good captain. He was like the straw boss. He was like a straw boss is, say, and Dell would recognize this, is that on construction, there's somebody getting the same money as him, but if something went wrong, he'd be the first guy to come to say something about something.
To the boss.
To the boss. You get no money. You get no more money than the rest of the guys, but and they called him the straw boss. And he was always the straw boss.
Yeah. I remember the one story you told that he was, I think it was in the 1977, 76-77 season, he was in a terrible slump just before the playoffs. And you were in your office with Harry.
Was it the playoffs, or did we go for the first round?
No, it was no, because I think you got to bye the first round that year.
Oh, that's right.
So it was going into the playoffs. He was in a horrible slump.
Oh, he couldn't score.
And then you and Harry were in his office, and I don't think Harry was too fond of him.
No, Harry didn't really like him. Well, I think I'm the only guy in the world that liked him at that time.
And then he come into your room.
He come into the room, and Harry is there, and Harry said, I'll never forget this. He's sitting across the thing, and he said, "Grapes, I'm playing horse shit." He said, "Bench me." And I so he, it would have been easy. And Harry looked at me, please bench me, because he didn't. I said, get out of here. And now you tell Tim.
So then he went in, and that year he led the playoffs in goals. Got 11 goals. I think he had 7 goals against LA. He scored 7 goals on 11 shots. And then he went on, and it was funny. I was looking at the stats at the who led the points. So it was Bobby Schmautz in goals, and then it was Guy Lafleur for the next 6 points, shorthanded goals, everything. But
if you hadn't seen Guy Lafleur play, boy, you missed the.
He was a character.
He was.
I
beautiful.
can remember him in all
Bobby
those teams.
Schmautz.
Bobby, remember he had his finger. Remember he didn't have a pinky finger. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
He had his little finger cut off.
His little baby finger. It was half cut off.
Oh, half.
And
cut
in Rochester, I was young in there, and so. What he would do is, God, it was funny. He'd pretend he'd be like somewhere, and
he was moving a table.
No, that was the other story he did. He pretended he was picking his nose. Oh, yeah. And you try not to look at someone picking their nose, but the finger would have looked like it was half through his brain. And he'd be grinding, and I couldn't, as a little girl, take my eyes off of him. And then the other joke was when he put tables together in a restaurant, he'd go, "Come on, let's put these tables together." And he would put them together, and he'd go, "Oh, my finger!" And he would pretend that
and he showed the guy he was helping.
The poor guy, "You cut off my finger." Oh, he was so funny.
And
we thought it was funny to us.
Yeah, how good a friend he was that we had our house in North Andover, and he put the roof on for us.
Yeah, and that summer. Oh, I got more stories to tell about him.
Then remember he fell off the roof.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's banging away, and then so I think it was Mom and his wife Paula and I were sitting there, and we see him going up the ladder, and then we kind of hear something, and then we look out, and we see him going up the ladder again. We go, "What happened?" He goes, "I just fell off the roof," and stuff like that. But then I remember, and he came over again to fix the roof. There's something wrong with it. You had just signed with Colorado, and Mike Nolan, who was a reporter over at ABC in Denver, was doing a story called Rocky Hockey, and Bobby was doing the roof, and he said I don't think he knew who he was, so Mike Nolan says, "Hey, cut that out. we're taping here. So Schmautz was just hammering as hard as he could.
Yeah. And worst thing to say is that you're being interviewed or tell him to stop doing stuff.
Stops doing, yeah. So he was, he terrified the league though. Like I think in Slapshot, if you're talking Dr. Hook, I think Dr. Hook was.
Should we define what wasting a shot means? Is that not talkable?
Well, he used to come down. We better stop pretty soon here. I got more stories to tell about him. I'll think of him next week. That he'd come down on a goaltender if he felt that he couldn't, he'd rifle it as well. Let's say he put it high.
Put it high, okay.
Yeah, and the next time down, he'd put it right along the ice. I don't blame goalies but he had a stick. It was like a curve, and he used to. Now I'm getting carried away. I used to say with about 5 minutes to go in a game, Schmautz, I'd just say Schmautz, and he'd change sticks because
they get caught.
Well, he had an illegal stick.
Yeah,
like most of the guys.
Well, that's how you do it. You always change the sticks, but a lot of guys don't. Coaches don't do that. Right?
Well, they don't do it now. They don't. I look at the sticks now on the bench. There's a lot of illegal sticks. They just don't want to call it because they get a penalty.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to say hello. I know Bobby's listening out west, and we just wanted to say hello to him.
I know he listens to every Tuesday. He listens to it,